I had a bit of technical difficulties. I had actually set my OBS to stream on the Twitch, because last time I streamed on Twitch, not the YouTube. But yeah, today I have some Flying Tiger art supplies, and they had some new things there. And when I asked, they said they have new things coming, but they didn't tell what they are. But I think they are more of the watercolor stuff. There are some really interesting things. There's this small set, watercolor set. I've checked the receipt. It was €8, so not bad. It's wooden, has paper, brush and clip. It's one of those sets that one of my friend mentioned that it used to be from the small maker in the Etsy, and now everybody is copying it, but with what happens with these copies, they are usually quite low quality, and I'm kind of expecting this might be a bit low, especially on the magnet. I think those might be not so strong. Then we have aquarelle journal, watercolor journal, and it has prompts inside. What really made me laugh last time was the instructions. Let me read them. Watercolor journal with watercoloring prompts. Place wax paper or aluminium between the pages when you paint, so the paint does not bleed through the paper. Like what? How watercolor bleeds to paper? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like not the slightest bit. And actually in the Finnish translation, they were missing the does not part, so it was like opposite of that. It was more confusing. But it feels like watercolor paper. It has quite many pages, and it feels a smooth watercolor paper. It's decently thick as well. So it yeah. I'm sorry, I was thinking that I streamed at YouTube the last time, but then I remembered I had the Twitch stream. The OBS was set on the Twitch. Then we have the canvas, watercolor canvas. I had never seen watercolor canvases before. I know you can prime the canvas or watercolor if you have watercolor ground. But watercolor canvases, these are really interesting. They are super thin, like really thin. And they feel a bit papery, but they are canvas. They are sheets of canvas. You can see on the other side that it's more yellow. The little palette, the canvas is thin. Yeah, it's like super floppy. This is something I wouldn't stretch on the... maybe if you don't stretch it too much, it might work. I don't know. I have some small stretcher bars. I can stretch this canvas. If it works, first I'm trying it without touching it. It doesn't say weight anywhere. But it's really thin. It's thinner than regular watercolor paper. I also saw the kit, but I can show it again. I haven't been opening it, but I will start with this one. So it's not really small. It just says watercoloring kit for your trip. They also had watercolor kit that was like in the folder. It was really confusing looking one. It has tube colors, and it felt like somebody has like put it together, didn't think how people usually use watercolors on the go. I'd rather see anyone using tube colors. So let's see how it goes. There's the clip. Actually, tiger clips are usually really good. It's quite strong. We have brush. This is tiny. This is seriously tiny. Like normal travel brushes are small in my opinion, and this is even smaller. This is some similar size than the... oh, it's hollow. On the old Gottman set had this like really tiny brush. It's miniature brush for miniature palette. Yes, it's just super small. I don't know how the head is. I'm just washing it, so I know that. It comes to a decent point. That's a nice surprise. It's usable. Small but usable. What else we have? Oh, we have a stack of watercolor paper. Instructions. What this say? For hobby use. Includes magnets. Okay. Yeah, I was a bit surprised to that it's like everything, because even if it shows this on the cover, sometimes they just show accessories and it's just like serving suggestion, or like food packaging. So, but here it actually comes with the clip, which is good because it seems to be fitting nicely on the. Oh, this is really thin. Like, it's a bit sad because the Flying Tiger also has like half decent watercolor paper. It's a bit thicker, but this one is quite thin. It also have texture. It's not same as in the sketchbook. The sketchbook has much thicker paper. Yeah, I can say magnet isn't that strong. I can feel that they are like flip, 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 flip. They are not that strong. Especially on this side, I feel it's like weak. Oh, and this is sat deeper. Oops, this side. Yeah, the magnets are like, they help if you need to like aim the palette together, but they are not holding it together that good. Pencil looks really chalky. This like surely has some fluorescent dyes. They are like sketch watercolor. I'm interested though because there's like these miniature pans inside. They have like plastic pans, which is good because that means I can maybe pop out of these small hard cakes and then fill them with my own paint, but they might be really stuck. And this side is a piece of plexi, I think. Yeah, it's piece of acrylic plex. And I'm just looking, does it have the... No, it doesn't have the cover anymore. I doubt it worked that well as the palette, but at least it's white surface to mix on. And it definitely needs the clip because it will be floppy, floppy, floppy if it doesn't have it. What actually I notice is that with the clip, when it clips to the palette, it's almost, this is the max opening. It's already like almost the max opening, so if you want to clip this on the sketchbook, like it's meant to do, you're gonna need to thin sketchbook or to clip it on the paper, or just have your sketchbook at the beginning, because I feel that this is, it's flimsy. It's really flimsy, like it doesn't want to hold that well. First I'm going to swatch these colors because I'm really curious how they look. You can see one of my lights. I'm pretty sure those colors need pre-wetting. But first I want to test their rewettability, so I'm not doing that. I'm just like going straight with the colors. Let's start with the red one. Also, tiny brush has tiny brush issue, so it doesn't hold that much water. Oh, it's really chalky. Like super chalky. Oh no, no, no. Yeah. Also the paper is like not heard about the sizing. It's like really not working that well. And I'm using the textured side. I think it's the right size. Yeah. I'm adding even more water to here. I want to have some color. Yeah, it's like kids watercolors. Those cheap kids watercolors, like which have like round hard cakes. Also, brush is annoying is small. Even if you are going to paint small paintings, I usually don't use this tiny brush. So I actually have I have one use case for this brush already. So I have the brush review coming up, and I have this double-ended brush. This doesn't have like a small detail side, so I think I will put this brush on that kit. And then yellow. I remember when I was a kid, and every time a set has yellow in it, it was like the weakest color of the all. Yep, it's really weak. Like, I can barely get anything out. I'm so a bit worried that the wood is unfinished on this palette. And there's like this cut edge. It really sucks up all the water and color. It comes contact with the water, so I'm a bit worried that it might just pre-wetting these pans, because I'm not so happy about the pigment loss. I'm sure these are not even pigment based, probably dye based. Same time I feel a bit sad because it's not I don't think this is the right place for this kind of cheap paints, because I feel this is not a set targeted for kids. So it kind of defeats the purpose to have really like kids watercolor in this one. Yeah, I probably need to do that because I already see that yellow seeps into the wood grains. If I'm going to use this, I will be digging out the paints and then varnish the wood. Because it feels it will be, yeah, it's unvarnished, it will be suck all the water and stain, and maybe even having some mold, so not so good. Yeah, they are really weak, and they are so small, it feels like I probably will, if I will be using these colors, I'll be running out of them quite soon, because I really need to dig up these. Get a lot of paint and probably a lot of layers. For a moment I was like, did I already swatch at this green? But they are really close to each other. I was thinking to put core colors in this palette, because it's something could work. Purple. Oh, purple is surprisingly strong. Regular quarter kanssa. Yeah, I think they are, but I think the pans are glued inside. There's some glue residue peeking. So I might just like get out the paint pot and clean it. It's usually pink. And the last blue, well, the first blue, last on this row. Weird thing is that's blue when I was starting to like, it goes really gray. It's like icy blue. Even if it looks like baby blue on the color itself. That probably has some white mixed inside in it. A lot of white. This one is nice. It's really weird, like some of the colors feel better than the others. Like the purple, this one is really chalky. This one is bright, it probably has neon colors, but this turquoise here was okay-ish. This as well. But the red was really chalky and like grainy. Same goes with the greens. I'm not sure. Of course, they don't have any pigment information or dye information, but there's one yellow. This started to be brown, I think. It looked like orange. For a moment, let's have paint time to try and look how the color selection goes. Capture brush. Yeah, it has breather hole there, so it can breather hole. I've been looking for fountain pen, so I'm really sorry that I have like fountain pen terms popping up, but it has the hole for trying. When I look this color selection is a bit weird, I would say, at its best. Violet is quite strong color. This one is quite opaque. All the greens are really, these two are really grainy and they are really similar with these two. This one is really weak. Red is also, it's quite warm tone. And then we have orange and yellow. This is actually something that would be really okay for my palette, having just like these three colors, because I don't usually paint with the warm tones. But with the greens, I would like to have one of, maybe switch this one to more forest green, darker green, because there's not that dark colors at all. These are really colors you see on the kits, like really bright, unsaturated. And I doubt. Next I will try some mixing, because I need to know that before I can paint anything. This one is weird on its own. It's really grayish, icy blue. And then these three are felt much better than the other colors, which is a bit weird. These felt like they are less grainy and more covering. Especially this blue worked quite nicely. I have doubts that it might have a phthalo in it, because phthalo is quite cheap pigment. So, and this brown is the only brown, only anything close to brown is quite sad, really sad. And like, I criticize when watercolor palettes have black and white, but this time I would love to have a black, because I will be doomed when I paint with this one. I will be so doomed. I cannot get... let's try getting the darkest tone next. I will using the same paper, because I have like stack of this one and it's like... it's just right there. You can also test the palette side. Also, this brush feels like super small. And I'm giving more of wetting to these pans. They soak quite a lot of water inside. It's weird. I don't know how they do it with these really grainy paints that have like really hard surface, because they seem to be ones that just soak up the water and water just like disappears. So for the best dark, the violet is the darkest, but the complementary color of the violet is yellow, which is really weak. I can probably get really I was thinking the color it will produce probably be actually the mixing array is not so bad. Like there's not that badly of the beading here. I was thinking brown, but I was thinking like which shade of the brown it will be. Yeah, we will have brown, but it's more like warm gray. Nice neutral actually. Really nice, like warm gray tone. I have to be really careful when I paint with these colors because I have so little range to paint. Usually I go with the blue and then burnt sienna for my neutrals or dark. So the color is really nice, yeah. I have many fountain pen inks in this color and I like it. I really like gray inks. Usually go with the blue with this burnt sienna, but there isn't burnt sienna, there isn't brown. If I go with the warm red, it will be purplish, then more than neutral. This mixing array is so nice. There's like zero beading, even if it's plastic. It's really nice. Like I'm surprised. Orange and purple. Yeah, it might this produce purple, but it's dark. It's like mauve type of purple. It is a bit darker than the purple from the pan. Let's put orange in this mix as well, because that might turn it more brownish. I have like a piece of the pan in this mix. Yeah, it's not. Now it's brown. Quite a nice brown actually. That is this good, even if it needed 3 colors. So I can try mixing the purple itself with the orange. And it's brown, so that I can do. But for the neutral pairing, because this blue is really strong, also this turquoise. If you add blue to the brown, you might get the gray. I think so, but I want something close to the black. The turquoise I could add red. warm red. It needs the purple. But it is darker. It is quite dark. But still I feel that this one is the darkest. I was also thinking the pink. With the pink I usually pair it with the green if I want to try to do neutral. With this one it might be a bit hard because all of the greens are really weak. I'll pick a too gold green, this will be actually learning to. It's a bit more purple. I keep like getting more and more the water to the pants. And we have the purple. Quite exact shade as in the swatch. So it's not darker. I'm like wanting to try this one with the red. I like this palette side a lot. Like even if I'm like saying these colors itself are really bad, I like the palette. Like it's had no beading even if it's plastic. I don't know what they have done to this one. This is something I would love to see more in the commercial palettes. That is quite dark. We might need a bit more turquoise, well, gold green here. And get a nice gold grey. It's actually quite greenish. That is nice neutral. So there is way to get neutrals in this palette, but I think this really shows that these colors have fillers, and probably the filler is like not colorless, it's white. Because when you look these swatches really close, look at my webcam focus, they are like well, because when you look this close, they have like cloudiness to them. They are not, yeah, chalk. They have like chalkiness to them. They feel like pastels. And that is something that tells me that there's a lot of fillers in these paints. And that also kind of makes really hard to get dark colors if you don't have dark colors to start with. Because when you add the two colors together, you will add just like more fillers. And some of these colors might have more filler than others. I think this one is one of them, because you can even see that there's like gray tones inside this paint swatch. So the opacifier, yeah, probably something like that. This one has neon. It's quite bright neon color. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, I don't even need the UV light on this one. I can tell it has like optical brighteners. A lot of them. But these are so thirsty, like it's insane how much water these paints want. But they work better when they are really well watered, so I'm getting pipette. The pinkest. Yeah, it's like, it's weird. I don't paint with the pinks, so I don't have many pink watercolors. But the pink seems to be the color that always have the brighteners added. I tried to get pipette on my drawer, but it seems that all the... Nope. They're just watercolors there. Well, we are not having pipettes then. It fades super fast too. Yeah. With these ones, I'm not even. I think the light facet will be super bad. Also, it not the light facet, but it also might have acidity issue, especially with this paper, because it's really cold white. It's like almost brownish, and that might tell it has optical brighteners, and those will be turning yellow over time. I've done just these small swatches, and I already have dent in this pan. Like, and this pen is actually popping out of its, like the cup. For the colors, neutral is something I need to mix in this palette. But what I usually do with this type of paints that have a lot of fillers, that are quite opaque and quite weak, I usually avoid mixing a lot of color, because with mixing it goes just worse. Like, I feel that it goes worse because the colors are quite uneven together. So I try, if I can, I try to use the color that is closest and just like tint it a little bit. I have a feeling if I mix this blue and then the yellow, yeah, yellow is so weak that even that the green that it produces is quite quite bluish. I need to have a lot of yellow to compensate that. At first I was thinking to do paintings in the aquarelle journal. Why I say aquarelle journal? Because it's actually the Swedish name of this one. But in Finnish you can say aquarelle, and it's aquarelli, and it means watercolor. It's like fancier watercolor is aquarelle. But I might not be using this brush. But let's go with the watercolor journal. I was thinking to use these cards, but I use these as mixing paper. Because I want to try this one. The accessories you are wearing today. Well, that's weird prompt because I don't have any accessories. I have glasses. I have glasses. It's really hard because I need to paint them, but I cannot like look at them because I need to keep them in my head. Is it counting as accessories? Maybe. Pencil. I'm getting a bit of water. Yeah, I have like, I don't... Glasses. Oh, earrings too. Yeah, I have earrings as well. And I sometimes have my, I have like my smartwatch, but I take it off when I have streams because I don't want to have my wrist showing and then some notification popping up. So that's why I take it off. But other than that, I don't have any. So let's draw the glasses. It's really hard to draw them because I cannot look at them, but it will be like Should be a little bit inaccurate. I have never drawn glasses. I have drawn some portraits with glasses, but I have never drawn just the glasses. I try to remember mine too, but sometimes I forget. I'm with glasses. I'm like, I don't know how they look. I wear them always, so I don't know. I'd rather look them myself. I think the shape is not even close. Like how many nose could fit there? Oh no, why I'm so bad at this. It's one of those things that's like you like inherently know how they should look like, but when you start to draw them, you notice that you don't know them. It's really weird. Like, of course I know how my glasses look, but when I start to draw them, I'm like, no, I don't know. I can show my glasses. So my glasses are green, like really bright green. They are not even close to this shape. Oh no, they go more narrower. They're also really dirty. Problem is I cannot just like lay my glasses on the table and draw them because I'm like blind. Like, you can see that I have really thick lenses and they are like thinned I think 3 or 4 times. So yeah, I cannot see anything without glasses. So, but let's try to shape them a little bit better. Also, why I drew them in this perspective? The sketch is getting really messy. It's upside down. It's like, yeah, I just I try to make it work. Yeah, it can be like that. Then my earrings. I had to go like start to feel what I have in my ears. I don't know what color they are because I know the shape, but I know I have multiple colors of these shapes. So I need to check which color I have. Oh, they are black. So black earrings. Oh, black. That means I need to try to mix black with these colors. Oh no. Why I didn't put the green earrings? How I keep the earrings, I never switch them. Because I use same color same type of jewelry that is made for like piercings, so I can keep them in my ears all the time, and they are like not bothering me at all. Also because I need to have titanium earrings. I cannot. Surgical steel is like causes problems. They are shaped like this. And this one is smaller. I have one smaller one, and 2 of these are bigger ones because I have 3 places for earrings. Now I need to erase all the pencil lines. There's a lot of pencil lines. I have a schmink eraser. When I ordered from, I don't remember the place, I ordered a lot of the schmink paints there, and I got the eraser with that one. Then moment of truth. Let's see how does this paint really like go through this paper like it says in the instruction. I probably need to make this looking grey because I cannot make them black. This is the swatch card. And clean the. I have a hard time to fit everything in the frame even if I have so small palette. I will dip this in the water and just wipe this palette there. It's wiped good. I'm still confused at how it doesn't have any kind of beading. It's weird. For my glasses they are really bright green. Are they? No, they are really muted actually. Yeah. Not muted, but they are bright, but like not too bright. So starting with this green. Swatch shows this has some granulation, which I find is a bit weird. Really weird actually. Usually there isn't granulation on the green. And it's not that bright, so I will add some orange. It's complementary color. A little bit more olive I want. Yep. That is quite close. So let's start with this one. The amount of the paint this brush can hold is really minimal. Let's see if it doesn't bleed through. No. Actually the paper is not too bad. Like, it is smooth cellulose paper. But I have nothing to complain about that. Because the whole journal is quite thick. It's 40 like sheets. So it has 80 pages. Like, I can even travel on the other side. Like, there is so much. And this cost like 6 euros. No, 5 euros. So the paper was a nice surprise. Because it feels like it's like basic cellulose paper. It's a bit weird that it doesn't have any texture, but other than that there's like also color rivets normally on the paper. It's like not soaking in. Maybe it is from marker journals. Yeah, I think so. Or maybe it was like from somebody that doesn't know how watercolors work. Or maybe it will bleed through if you use a lot of water. But I don't know. It just felt really weird. I have never even heard that kind of tip. Like, Watercolors usually don't bleed through. Even if you use them on the bad paper, I have never seen bleed through happening. Actually, now I notice, I remember that my glasses are grey inside, not green. Let's pretend that they are green. Just have, and there's one side, there's the other one, here's the other one. And also the paper is really thick. Or maybe it was like they were using, when they were writing the description, maybe they were using a different paper and then they maybe like updated it or something like that. Because I don't have any complaints on this paper. I was actually like, I'm liking this one. I like cellulose paper. Like it's so smooth and nice, and it's thick. So I was actually thinking I might pick another one. I don't like this prompt, but it's like really good paper, especially for like if you want just practice. And for €5, sketchbook that has 80 pages for watercolors is like really nice. I know that the colors are, it's not like this blue because they are not outside. They are not reflecting anything. But I will just like give them blue tint so they will look like they have lenses. That's easy way to cheat, to look something like glass. Give it a little bit blue tint. I use that especially if I'm painting cars or when I was drawing them. I'm quite happily surprised about the sketchbook or the journal. It's like really surprisingly good. Now I need to have same green, but I need to rewet this paint all the time. Like it's just most of the time I'm just like dipping my brush to the water bucket and then like dabbing water to the pans. I need to keep them moist so they work. Next I will mix a little bit darker green with the same. I already have divet in this green. Like there's like, because it's so little, like these are so weak that it means that I need a lot of color. Try that bit more orange. But how I like the shadows be, I add also a little bit more blue. Because it's usually the light is warm, so shadows are then colder. I'm not going to do super detailed sketch, but I'm wanting to having the distinction between the parts. So that's why I make this darker. So the shape is more clear. Again, more water. bit too thin and short to hold comfortably. Yeah, yep, it is. I mostly have to hold it on my fingers, and it's like quite hard to hold. It's not so traveler friendly. So maybe they are like saving the design or something, but it's like, I don't know. I feel, because it's targeted clearly, if you look the packaging, this is not targeted to the kids, I would say. Even if it says probably somewhere, it's for hobby work. So it even don't have that label that what age of kids it's suitable. So I think this is clearly targeted towards adults. So I find it a bit weird. Like, if it's targeted towards adults, don't use kid watercolors there, because Flying Tiger has those. I had 24 pan set from them, and those colors were half decent. Like, for the hobby set, it was okay, like student grade. So it feels a bit sad that they have like here they have just like ship it out. Of course, they are not producing these on their own. Probably just they are just rebranding. But that doesn't mean you could just like do it properly. Like, if it's targeted towards adults, even if it's targeted towards hobbyists, it could be using better paint. It isn't that hard. Like, and I would have been ready to pay a bit more on this set if the paint would be better. But because I saw on the packaging that they are the hard type of cakes, it's like really lowered my expectation on these ones. Yeah, hobby painters, I feel that really can even use professional supplies. Like, anybody can who just buys them. I don't think that gatekeeping has any reason, but I think hobby painters, because they paint on their free time, I feel that they really deserve the best paints they like, and painting on like supplies they like, because you're using your free time on that. So it feels a bit weird then to target this towards hobbies and use this kind of paint. But they probably don't have any artists there, so don't just try and got the toy box from me. Aww. Now we have the hard part of the earrings. And so let's start with the red. And then we are getting the green. Still looking purple. Let's get the orange in the mix. Funny thing is that orange is really overpowering. Let's look orange. And because we don't want orange, we want black, so I need to add orange complementary color, so blue. It's kind of dark. Oh, that's really close. I go with that. It's really close. I'm surprised. Like, it's not like I couldn't predict what color came out, but it's more like I'm surprised that with these paints I could do this kind of black. It is still really weak, but at least it is quite dark. So there's my accessories of the day. And now it didn't bleed through at all. I want to test here, having like, there's some pieces of stuff coming from the water. My water is a bit dirty, but I'm too lazy to change it. I have bigger water pocket than usual. So I'm wetting this page. I want it to really soak up. And then I'm going to add some color here. It sparkles a bit when I add like way too much water. But still it isn't bleeding through. Like, still staying on the paper. Yeah, no bleed through. So I don't know where that comes from. I really like that paper. I'm like happily surprised that it's like it is working. Next we have the watercolor canvases. Look at the color of this water. Like, you can tell that there's chalk as filler because it's like really chalky. It's really weird. Usually when you paint with watercolors you don't end up water that is that gray colored. Especially because I didn't have that much of the gray in the palette. Even if I mixed mostly neutrals, it was not the like dominant colors, and it was also went really opaque. I think I will continue with these paints. There's 10 sheets. And I will be starting by ripping one of them out. It's really canvas, like really. Let's inspect it more. Inspect it a bit more. It's like really flimsy, thin fabric. There's actually some kind of gesso on top of it. Quite fine weaving. Let's cut it in half. Because with that brush I'm not painting in A4 size. Not even the A5. We are going even smaller. Feels a bit of rubberized. This is good. On the side. This one will be my test piece. I'm gonna get even half. So let's see what this one does with these paints. Because these are not terrible, even if they are not something I would like to paint with. They are usable, and they need a lot of water. Let's see how this goes. I'm a bit skeptical on this one, because I know how watercolor ground works, and this is not how it feels. That's magic. Like, it goes there. It stays there. It doesn't beat. It isn't like resisting of the watercolor. It's staying there. Also, I stopped being careful, and now I'd like have to paint on the wooden area. Interesting. It goes down really well. But the thing is, when this one is dried, and I try with the watercolor ground, when you go over with another color, it will be lifted really easily, so it doesn't attach that securely on the paper or the ground as in the paper. It's really pretty blue, actually icy blue. Takes a moment to dry. That's a bit worrying, because it might be... Usually the problem comes the more water I add here. Yeah, there's a little bit of those beading moments, but it is paintable. So you will soon see when we got the second layer on this. Alright, what is how it works out. Interesting. I'm really intrigued how this works, because this is something I think it's interesting as product, because usually on watercolors you cannot paint them on canvas, and the ground isn't that helpful. But with this canvas I could probably stretch this and having now the first swatch is dry, so let's go over with the darker green. And what I want to happen is that I don't want to having a lot of the lifting happening. I want it to be really able to paint second layer. That is possible. Then let's check the lifting with the orange. I'm going with the really watery brush. And still blends and lifts. Actually, for the comparison, because I don't know these paints, I need to check how this behave on the paper. I'm just making huge mess here. Like, really? If I'm going to use this on my travel palette, it will not be pristine. It will be like having quite a bit of the... Because it's really hard to be careful with this kind of really small pans. Especially because they need a lot of work to get paint out. Then with this one, I'll go with the darker blue. And I will just do some dots there. They are not spreading or anything else. So that is good. Now this watch is... it's actually not dry, it's half dry, so let's not bother that yet. I'm going to draw wet on wet. Good side about the canvas is that they don't buckle. Even if this is thinner side, it doesn't buckle at all. Go with this magenta color. And give it some violet. Start to look like galaxy. So let that add blue. Interesting. It works better than the watercolor ground. I try to now layer there one more layer here. Problem is these have so much opacifiers that they are like not that transparent. Somehow I like the patterns a lot. Here I could see that it's actually lifting the previous layers. If I re-wet this, I can... Yeah, so layering will be a bit hard on this surface. But I'm really surprised that they could do canvas that accepts watercolor. Because if you paint the watercolor on regular canvas, it will not do that. I'm just looking, do I have the canvas on hand? Of course no. It's one of my paintings, so we're going to the back side. Not the mid-late raw canvas there, but here. This is gesso for the acrylics. It's a violet. And there's this beading effect happening, like the paint kind of disappears. And this one, it stays on top, like it should be. Here's actually, if I can do it on the flap. It can a little bit see that it seeps through on the other side. It like comes out dotted. It's surprising. I haven't been painting on the raw canvas, but it's weird that it's... Let's look at the other side. Oh, it isn't coming through at any... Oh. Now here I'm testing with the lines. I'm picking up orange. No, I'm picking up yellow, because yellow is really light color, and if I lift up the purple, it will show it in a really clear way. Yeah, it lifts. Yellow went quite dirty here. Drop the brush. It's so small to hold. It's really small. These paints actually perform better when they are like... I have been streaming now 1 hour and adding huge load of water on these paints. Like, I constantly dip my paintbrush in the bucket and just like put more water on these pans. They're starting to perform a bit better. And definitely not ideal quality for travel. Let's put this paint swatch to dry outside. Let's swatch this again and see are they any different. And I think that is like something that happens in bad watercolors, because they are so dry to start with. Like when you give them lots and lots of water, they will start to perform better. And I think it's issuing rewettability and not like how paint should work. Especially travel paint. I want to see that painter that have 1 hour time to re-wet their, like pre-wet their palette and then like start to paint. For me it doesn't sound like... Doesn't sound like traveling with watercolors. These are the swatches from the dry. But they have drying shift, so but these greens are performing much better when they are really soaked. This one green has already a hole in the middle. It's not like true hole, it's like more like small dent. Yeah, there's really difference in the colors, like the performance, because they are now like super. Let's see how that violet dries, because it's really bright now, but I think it might dry in that dusty violet color. This was dusty on the previous. Also, sometimes when you have cheap paints, they might have like film on top of it, because when they have been, I don't know how they manufacture them, but there's like, might be more like opacifiers or fillers on top. That is really neon. It's really funny that I have a really neon pink, and then the pale blue is like really grayish. But I like this grayish blue. It's like really pretty. I haven't changed that much. These are the colors that I got so much water on this pan that it's like flooded. Not good, because it might be. Yeah, here you can see it. It's the wood soaks up the color now, because I got a bit too much water on that pan, and it goes inside the wood and inside the wood grain, and that is impossible to clean. So it seems like these colors need really long time to pre-wet, and they will work. And that was dirty swatch, because there's some blue in it. If we do the comparison, yeah, it's dried. It's lost so much of the color when it dried. Yeah, they're actually looking same. They have huge drying shift. Like, I can show it, like when I have that purple from the pan, it looks like that, and that is dried version. So it's like there's big difference. Dried version is much chalkier. Also, the paper grains is really weird. Like, you can compare. This one is white and this one is gray. Chalk, yeah. It has chalk. Definitely chalky. They feel so. Also, I think it's like, even if the paint quality is lacking, still didn't get any better magically. So I feel that the most serious design flaw in this palette is that it's unfinished, because now we have these. You have seen I haven't been any careful with this palette. Of course, because you have to work out the color, you will touch the side, and that means the paint will get inside the wood and wood grains, and it'll make mess. Here it's really clear that it's like covering area in the blue, and you cannot clean it up when it goes inside the wood, and it can also cause all kind of issues. like if wood stays wet and you put this on the, let's say you put it in the back because you don't want it like plastic bag, because you are worried that it will, like the wet paint will run and ruin something in your backpack, which is actually really valid reason. This might grow mold if you don't dry it properly, because the water is on the wood and wood is organic. It also reminds me of, we have like the pot holder that you put on the table and the pot on top of it. It's made similar, I think this is bamboo, really cheap wood. It's made of similar wood, and it quite quickly had some mold spot because it got some wet areas. Those are really hard to clean. Also, I haven't been making that big work with these ones, and there's already divot in the bamboo. Yeah, but because it's not finished, that's the problem. And also here is the problem that the cut edge, which is like really, if I put a drop of water here, it will seep inside. And because if you have like, let's say, some other bamboo things, you don't have these cut edges showing, or they are varnished or something like that, or they are hidden. Because this is the edge that will soak up all the water, not so much on the top side. Yeah, I think your cutting board doesn't have, because it doesn't have like cut edges, so they are like full grain. Same goes here. These edges will be in the risk. Not this so much, but these. And here I can see that the water is already seeping in this side, like here. Look how wet is it? Because I like tried to wipe this down. It like soaks up so quickly. I want to see what happens if I close. Yeah, I can see some water coming through here. There's no place for brush. That's a bit sad. Is it magnetic? No. Oh no, that's... Yeah, the capillary reaction. I'm a bit sad. It would be so easy to have like place for this brush, because this brush is so small. Having like a hole here or something, or even having like a groove here. It would be so nice to put like brush there, or like a little bit like tap or band. You can just like slide this in. Also, this doesn't have any way to attach. Or like having like way to attach this brush on the clip would work as well. And being able to attach the clip to the palette itself when traveling, because now there's a problem. Because if you are going to travel, okay, this takes really small space, but you have these three things loose. You cannot attach these together. Like it's a problem, especially if you're traveling. I can see that you could easily lose one of these. You can use different brushes, probably use different brushes, and replace the clip, but at the same time it's annoying. I like when you have travel palette and you can like this one is travel palette. It has hole points and it has this place for brush. So when I'm traveling I can leave the brush there and just close it, and brush will be safe and coming with me. So I don't know why they didn't. Probably they just were copying design and they were not like designing it for the purpose of traveling. Because I would see if somebody would be using watercolors a lot and designing something like this, they would probably think that there's place for brush, or even use something like magnets for the brush and the clip. Like, oh, the clip is magnetic. That's good. But why the brush is not magnetic? Like, it wouldn't be that hard. Like, that saves quite a lot if you have like, you can add the clip there and just like, add the brush magnetic. It would help a lot. There's like no. Also, I'm worried if you have these on the back, you can. I was like preparing to shake this hard, but I just like doesn't need even shaking. Like, can you imagine having this in your back and you cannot even like lift this with this other side? Like, if this need to be made usable, I would change the magnets. And that is quite a hard work because you need, these are glued down, I think. You need to dig out the magnets, and I would put a little bit bigger magnets, or maybe just replace them, like having one of them having super strong magnet here. Especially the side ones are quite annoying because they just like. Too bad they tried. Why? Let's see. Yeah, it's like. It's one of those products that make me sad. Like, it's so close to be so good, and then they didn't even do that. Like, magnets are quite cheap. Using bigger magnets would help a lot. Wouldn't probably cost that much on the manufacturer. They would just use a little bit bigger drill to these corners, because these tiny ones are so weak. They are just not. It's like defeats the whole purpose if you cannot keep the palette close. Also, what I was thinking, on this orientation it's not so bad because you can have the clip here, but when you are closing it, it's only closed with the magnets, and I don't know, that means you probably need to add some rubber band around it or something like that, but it defeats the purpose to having magnets if it's need to have like rubber band and clip to hold it together. And something like I don't know, there is quite many colors. I could like lose some of these colors maybe here and having flaps so you can just, you know, clip this close. Claps. It would work much better. Like, if there would be space, you can just like clip these together. Look in here. I put a piece of washi tape as hinge. Yeah, hinge would work too. Like, hinge would actually work really well. I have also seen like really tiny hinges you can put on these, and I was thinking it could work here really well. Like having those really tiny hinges that are probably meant for like dollhouse, like really mini hinge here, and it would work so much better. The side magnets are never strong enough. Oh, yeah, I was thinking because it's because how magnets work, they are designed to hold things in this way. Like if you have two magnets, like I need something to demonstrate this one. Like if these two are magnets, they are meant to hold things this way, attached to each other, but they are not meant to hold this way or this way. They hold only this way. Like with magnets, it's hardest to pull on this side, but you can easily get strong magnets off just by like sliding them. It's a physics. So here there's a little bit resistance to this side of like pulling, but with this was no. If I would be redesigning this palette, I would actually do so that here would be overlap. Like maybe take a piece out of here and take a piece out of here. Boop. And then you had magnet here, magnet here, magnet here, magnet here, and you would just like put them a little bit on top of each other. And because there's now like taking material out of here and here, they will just be parallel to each other. And now the magnets would be working as intended. They would be holding it like this one. So they were preventing moving like up and down. And there could be even side magnets on this side as well. Like, because these small magnets, you can even have them on side. Like, they could still attach to each other. And this would be a little bit wider then. And having clip here to help. And clip it to the sketchbook. So there's potential. Also the whole face of this one is now wet. And also seal it. Seal it with the wood sealer before you put that pens inside. Would be probably not cost next to nothing. And if you buy this as new palette, seal it before you use it. It's like, I don't know. Also the brush. I don't have place for brush. But the palette side is good. I have something positive to say about it. The palette side is good. Other than that, it looked really nice. Like, oh, it's mirrored. Oh, look, the magnets. Magnets are much bigger in the packaging. If you look, compared how it compares to the palette, the pan here, like sizes of 1/4 of the pan, and here if you got this like almost like 1/9 of the pan. These are much bigger magnets here. This is probably like prototype they are using for photos. It's also flipped. I feel even angry. Why, if you have these large magnets, why would you not use them? They would be much. And here they have the tiny magnets, and here they have the big magnets. Like, they had the big magnets at some point, or they were like using Photoshop or something like that. But it's so annoying. Like, it's almost like they knew that they need bigger magnets on these corners. Also, if you notice, the wood grain goes other way around. Small thing doesn't actually affect that much, but you can see the wood grain goes lengthwise, and here it goes too. So it's like they have made some changes here. The magnets bother me so much. I bet they used this prototype for the photo and then still went to smaller ones because yeah. I have been working in the production as the automation engineer, so I can tell you that if something can be made cheaper, it is made cheaper. No matter if it's affected product quality or anything like that. Especially those. There are still some brands, and it really depends. It's the maker thinking like they are making for the masses, because we are consuming so much that they just like can pump out the crap. People will still buy it and then they trash it. Like, it doesn't need to last. And then there are some brands that really puts the details and really want their product to be nice. And those are usually like small companies or really old companies. And they are usually those that are really how to work in production, because they have like really certain criteria they want to meet. But they actually produce good stuff. And this I can see it's like cheapest they can get. Clothing is the same, yeah. So yeah, I have heard that as well. And also when they take photos of the model in the front, they may have like safety pin it or clipped it on the back. So yeah, definitely. So I don't recommend this palette. It has its problems, and I would much rather got it from the. I actually like the size, but since I got this, I will probably be keeping this. I really like this side. Oh, it goes dusty. Let's see what let's see what this can I dig it out. This is something dangerous. Don't use a sharp knife to dig out the pans. It's really dusty. Weird, it actually... Look, there's something white coming out of it. Yeah, these are... Yeah, you can quite easily get these to crumble. And then there is the... Surgery. Welded in place low. Yeah, the pan itself is really strong here. But since the paint is so dry, it was quite easy to get it out. So definitely you could go and just dig the paints out and put your own colors there. But the pans, they are not coming out. They are really strongly there. Yep. They were easy to take out. Quite easy. Now I'm asking myself, do I want to dig them all out? If the paint is out, you can still reflect. Yeah, I was like... Also thinking I would clean it so it's no contamination. They are probably easier to get out when they are all dry. That's how I feel. They are not like popping out. They are not so easy to get out. But they are like, it is doable. Do you know what I want to test? Since we went to engineering more and destroying things. There is the... When I scrap the surface, it goes really white on this pan. So I want to test out how the color looks. Because I have feeling it might have fillers in it. And there might be some really cheesy way to do paint looking. Or is this just dry? It might be that there's like more filler on the other like deeper layers. It's still rewatch even if it's like it looks white. But that is something will take some work to get out. I was actually thinking you might have better luck with not like knife, but having something sharp and just like poke it there and wait it as it cracks, and then just get the pieces out. Because now it's not so easy. Also, you just can use this paint. Probably doesn't last that long, but let's go with the pink because I don't like it. They are quite tight. I'm trying to get the... Yeah, I think the pants are glued down. I have also suspicion that the pint cakes might be glued down as well. That is something I need to do the after stream. But it is doable. Just takes so much time, quite a bit of time to do. And when you have done that, you can just like clean all the edges and pour some decent paint there. But sadly, it doesn't solve the... I have explored the palette as what the pen patent and stab you go away. Yeah. I'm like... Because my inner engineer like really got curious, like when you don't see something, I started like if they cheap out on the magnets, I was thinking, what if they cheap out on the pans as well? Like, what if these are not deep enough? I wanted to see how deep the pan is, but it is deep, quite deep, if you can see. It is like it's not too shallow. So I was like thinking maybe they have like just like top layer there. So yeah. It needs to be stabbed. I'll probably dig out of all of the pans here later. But it's so disappointing. These are also the things that I find annoying because you often cannot just like, because they don't have like version to test out in the store or anything like that. So you have to test it on yourself. But what saved here is this area. I really like how they have worked with the plastic. It's a really nice area to mix. It doesn't beat that at all. So I was also thinking when I dig out the paints, I might I'm just like thinking if I get piece out of here and just like do the overlapping thing, that I need more space for the clip here. And I'm gonna do that because the pan is here. And the same goes here. So that is probably modification I'm not doing. But I will varnish the whole palette. It will have some of the color showing up because it's already stained. But I want to get it used, and I want it to I want to keep it. Even if it's not good, I want to fix it so that I can use it. I don't want it to go to landfill or to waste. Dust off the paint. Here we have the canvas. Color doesn't rub off even if I try, so it has dried there. It's interesting, like there's wood acrylic varnish. Yeah, I have some wood varnish. I'm going to use one of my liked the shaving table project, and I probably use that on that palette as well. It feels... I'm really confused about this canvas. It works so well. I was thinking I could actually use it for the paintings. That's why I could, because it's so thin, and watercolors don't need tension on the canvas that much. I could use something like really tiny pieces of wood and just staple it down. Would paint something here. Actually, let's paint on this one. Watercolor journal. We had the accessories and the test page, and it didn't bleed too through, even if it's worried about that. The colors are tried really chalky here, like really super chalky. The picnic spread. It sounds like this is something I have been actually thinking. Your lunch. Your houseplant. Your houseplant. How they are assuming I have one houseplant? I have like 60. This is something I actually was thinking to get my own, like get sketchbook and add my own prompts on every page. Let's do how the prompt got coral reef, the city skyline at sunset, pocket of dried flowers. It's oddly specific. Your favorite houseplant, yeah. Your dream vacation destination. Okay. Seashells. Your perfect afternoon. Magical unicorn, go wild. Okay, something I never draw. Spring flowers. Close up of sparkling gemstone. That sounds really nice. They are like, and I like that they have a certain theme. They are not like hard to do. They are really like something like a giraffe. Something like really, not like, it's really hard if you have a prompt that is verb. Hi Ruka. No hei Ruka. Tulitko ilmoittamaan jotakin? Mulla on striimi kesken. Ei. Ruka came to say Rrrf. I don't know what he's saying. But he came to watch me and he has some opinions. A random doodle. Yeah, definitely. Ruka! Ei, sinä et voi tulla tänne. That is definitely, when I'm looking some of the prompt list, they are just like that, like a character based on your favorite sweet and the scariest monster you can think of. I have seen some, I was looking one prompt list, and it was like, I remember there was like some like design spaceship that is based on the water kettle, or something like that. Like, what? Really hard to do. So this seemed to be simple. Somewhere quiet. An alternative reality. A tiny world. Somewhere beyond Earth. These are really like place. Somewhere peaceful. They're a bit close to each other. Your hands. Oh no. That would be hard. Bouquet of dried flowers. Yeah, 10 and 27 are same. Simple and nice because yeah, it's like keys. There's at least one duplicate, but it's not. I don't feel that's too bad. It's a bit sad that they have like slipped that, but it's really soft that you can draw it again. Keys. Something broken. A house in the sky. That's really funny. Actually, I have like, I instantly got like idea what I want to paint here. Snowflakes. A mess. Could be my work table. What is in front of you? A funky pattern. I also like that there's like things that are like doing from real life, like what is in front of you, and then there's like really that are asking your imagination, like tiny world and somewhere beyond earth. So I like that there's variety. It's not like all from imagination or all are not from reality. So, and also like patterns, really nice to actually draw. Geometric shape. These are two quite similar, like geometric shapes and patterns. But you don't need to go this page by page. You can also like jump around. Sunshine. If the way you can use it to sketch data and pencil and pen. Yeah. Also you can just like do it on a different paper and just like glue it here. Mountainscape. A forest. Underwater scene. A floating island. That also brings some memories. That's all. And the paper isn't that bad. It's like, it's smooth cellulose paper, but there's like no, I have no problem painting on this one. Also, it's quite thick. Like you have 40 those prompts, and then you have like always one page extra. I'm actually testing the back page now. I should have put this one on the back page and not on the first page. But it is how it goes. This is the brush I'm going to do the review. Well, I have done the review, but I haven't done not all the parts because I want to do some like example painting. Let's go with Delft blue. The brush is really floppy. It's super soft. It's like annoyingly soft. It looks okay. I was thinking adding paint gray here because dark colors show really well if you have like white spotting on the paper. There is something. The Delft blue is not granulating color, but I can see that there's like little spots forming here. Same goes here. But I think for sketchbook it's okay. More than okay. Because it's like it's I think it's much better than having like paper that cannot even accept the watercolor. Here's regular paper as the cover page, and how the color look there. Start to instantly buckle, and there's like spot is like resisting. I'm betting over with this one. I want to test how the layering goes, so I'm just like layering multiple layers here. Also want to test out rewettability. I want to do like a different color. I have a nice lunch. I need to grab lunch at some point as well. I think I'm positively surprised about the sketchbook. I call it sketchbook even if it's journal, I know. But I'm still positively surprised about it. Because the paper is nice. It's much nicer than this paper. Like, you can see the color. Like, it's gray. It's really gray. And it's gray because it has so much optical brighteners and additives and stuff. And probably if I leave this to the sun, this will turn yellow. Sadly, it's time here that we don't have a sun, so I cannot like test that out. But this is something I will definitely be working more. Because all of the prompts felt like I could do something on them. And it was not like, I was not feeling like not doing them. Because they were so open, and I like that a lot. I had actually been, at one point I was hoping to do similar sketchbook like this one. But it would probably be impossible. I'd probably do just like prompt list or something like that. But it would, why I don't like prompt list is that when you see all the prompts, it can be overwhelming. So it's nice when you turn the page and it's already there. So you know what you are going to paint. It's like take out of the guesswork. This is so nice. I'm so happy. I'm like, the earring was, oh, okay, as well. Take the round size because the brush is quill is too soft for doing any blending. It has a little bit. When you watch Water and like really work it out, you can make hole there, but that goes almost with every paper. But it's, yeah, there's a little bit of those hairs. But it means that I really need to work the paper surface to break it. You wouldn't on normal painting do this, so I'm just like testing out. Yeah, you can break the surface, but it takes quite a bit of time. Like with the first pass, no. With the 2 pass, no. If you go it over when it's still wet and do multiple passes, it start to get like this little pieces of paper left. But it's still still good. Like you really have to overwork one area to get it break. And I'm being really aggressive here. This is not the way you should be blending the watercolor. So yeah, you can break the paper, but how I would normally do blending is that I just wet the area and wait it. And then just like really gently spread it out. Let's see how well it takes erasing. So I draw here something bunny, and let's draw this air like really hot, and then I'm going to erase it. Erase it even harder. A little bit ghosting showing through. Now getting the watercolor here. There's a little bit damage on the paper surface, because if we compare it to the undamaged, unerased area, this one is smoother and here's a little bit those pieces left. But it's not like, it's not bad paper, it's just like, it's not one of those papers you should do like finished illustration, because if you are type of painter who does a lot of layers, it might getting a bit problematic on that painting style. This one I feel it's more harder on the surface. I don't know what I want to see. Do they say here anything about the paper? No, they don't say anything. They just say that the watercolor might bleed through, which feels really funny. They say paper is supporting responsible for a mix. 200 on GSM. So yeah, it says paper weight here. Manufactured by Zebra. Zebra. Interesting. I'm more interested to say who is manufactured it. Do they say it the same on here? Yep, it's Zebra. Strong grade. Copenhagen, Denmark. Imported UK by Tiger Retail. Tottenham Court Walk, London. Made in China. That was expected. So interesting. I'm like, that is interesting. Like they are. Well, I know that they don't make these on their own, but I think Zebra is also. It's brand, I know. Oh look, there's cute tiger logo on the corner. Yeah. Also, I like the cover. Do you know what I will do with the cover? I will add some color here, because I feel that it's like, it's too white for my taste. So I don't know how the water will react on the canvas, but here we go. Oh, you cannot see because it's so low. You see what happens when you try to paint raw canvas with the watercolor. It doesn't work that well. I also like their artistic here, like they have the gold foiling. Painting of the cover of the sketchbook is not an easy task. It's like doesn't want to take any of the paint. But I wanted to have some color. I'm like interested to see what other products they will bring up, because they said that they will have some more stuff coming on that shelf, and it was like the orchid was there as well, and there was also a lot of the watercolor stuff. There was the other palette as well. So I'm curious if they will have like what they will have there. But I'm so like my expectations for the palette was actually higher, and now it feels like it's really let me down. Like, and I wasn't. I know that it's copy product, so usually copies are they are not as good quality as the original. But at the same time, I feel that the concept is good. I really want a palette with the concept, but at the same time, I feel that it's like I should have gone and bought the real palette. But at the same time, I was not sure was it like for me, because I don't paint that much in the plein air. But I plan to do that more in the next summer. Of course, in Finland it's a problem that we have like we have winter, so we cannot paint all year round. I already like in this watercolor journal more. It's like looking much more sketchbooky for me. How to make color down in some spots because there's like the printing on the way. I need to move it a bit up so I can show the down row. The same color as the next one, so just similar color brushes. I think with acrylic canvas I'm not going to do the painting because I don't have any ideas for it. Also, I tested it's okay-ish, but it seems to have same issues as the ground. So you can lift so easily with the previous layers. It might work if you like to work with the lifting, but if you do any layering, it will be hard on this paper. And I know I like to do layering, so it is something that is not working. They also had similar looking pad that was for acrylics. Yeah. So that was today's stream. There was the sketching set. I thought that was not too good. And then was there watercolor toner that I really recommend. It has nice prompts, and it was also paper quality was decent. It was watercolor paper, so it's usable. And then we have the watercolor canvas. That is canvas that accepts watercolor, but you have to be wary of the lifting. Also, I was thinking this might be good for gouache as well. So thanks for watching, and hope I see you in my other streams and videos as well. I have a video about this brush coming, its review, so that will probably be out of this week. So yeah, bye.